What Barry Sanders wanted this season and what Barry Sanders is, $2,000. He came up 117 yards shy of $2,000, a number he wanted not so much for himself but for his linemen, a chance for them to get credit for his success. In our Sunday conversation, Sanders tackles fatherhood, the difference between a period and an exclamation point, and Cindy Crawford. Barry Sanders, our Sunday conversation.
Craig to Barry, 35-40, breaks it open, look out! He's to the 50, near side 40, it's a sprint, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Barry Sanders!
Can you get into a zone? Do you feel like you're any different when you're really running well as opposed to when you're struggling?
I think at certain times you feel like the people on the other side won't be able to stop you, and you just feel like, you know, you can't do any wrong. And so if you want to consider that a zone, I don't know. But at certain times, I think every running back feels somewhat invincible.
What's the best conversation a defensive player's ever had with you? Have you ever had one?
On the field or off the field?
On the field.
Why do you want me to tell you what these guys say? I mean, they may want to keep this between me and them.
No, I'm just trying to experience what it's like.
Yeah, right. It's probably similar to being in New York City and having a cab driver behind you and you're driving too slow. You know, something along those lines. I mean, it's not the most pleasant thing, but I mean, it's not personal either, you know? It's not personal.
If I gave you the opportunity to earn as much money playing for the Pistons as you do with the Lions, would you play with the Pistons?
Oh, man, that'd be tough. Probably so. Probably so. I couldn't do both, though, huh?
Well,
couldn't do
Dion
both.
can, but I don't
know if his hoop game is that good. I mean, he can do
well, he
baseball.
can play two sports, but
yeah, right.
Would you want it?
Right. I mean,
you love hoops.
I'd try it. Oh, I like hoops, yeah, definitely.
Are you a fan of the NFL?
Well, I was probably a bigger fan growing up, obviously. You know, I could tell you all the rosters of every team.
What about now,
like that? But now,
if I said
not so much.
Jeff Logan, who's he play for?
not so much now. Jeff Logan, I don't know, what is he, a minor league pitcher or something? No, but I don't know.
Harlan Barnett.
Yeah, I definitely know who he is. Yeah.
Who's he play for?
Well, I mean, that's not important, though. No, I don't know.
No, because he plays for the Patriots, and you had a couple of moves on him.
That was the guy. Okay.
Yeah, now you remember him.
I remember him, yeah. Good guy.
Who were your favorite running backs growing up?
Tony Dorsett, O.J., I shouldn't say Marcus Allen, but he was my favorite. He was one of my favorites. I mean,
he's going to feel real old now.
I shouldn't say that, but yeah. I mean, he's just good. He's just been good for a long time. Walter Payton, I like Walter. I didn't get to see him a whole lot where I was, but I like Walter Payton. And Gale Sayers. Those are the guys that I watched. I remember ever saying I wanted to be like those guys, but they just made it look so fun that you know, you couldn't help but loving the game.
Were you worried, though, about the mixed message, though, when people, you do all the right things with kids, but when they find out Barry Sanders is not married, has a kid, and you talked about not having premarital sex, were you worried the mixed message that they were getting with this?
I can't say I wasn't worried, but at the same time, you know, I wasn't really worried about it to a great extent because, you know, it's just something that happened. I mean, I didn't really plan it. And, you know, I'm glad I have a kid.
Tell me about the Cindy Crawford conversation that you had.
The person called me and said there was another individual pretending to be Barry Sanders inviting them to a game. And so they didn't know whether to believe him, so they called the Silverdome. And so, you know, she called talked to the trainer, and he called me in there and said, you know, Cindy Crawford's on the phone. And so it was her, and she called me, or she was just telling me, explaining to me that somebody was inviting her to a game, and that, you know, she wasn't sure if it was, and she hadn't seen the person. Yeah, I think it was Cindy. Yeah. She hadn't called back since then, though.
You don't spike the ball after a touchdown. No choreographed dance number. Nowadays, it's
no rhythm, man.
It's almost like, leaving the exclamation point off of a sentence when you don't do something in the end zone.
Right. Why not just a period at the end of the sentence?
Well, you're a period. Everybody else wants to be an exclamation point.
I guess I've always handed the ball to the ref. I can remember a couple of times getting excited after I scored, but usually, I don't know, it just doesn't come to mind. I'm tired. I want to get back to the bench. Just not a part of me. But at the same time, there's not anything wrong with that because I used to love to watch Billy White Shoes Johnson do his thing, the Smurfs and all those guys. I mean, it's fun to watch, but that doesn't mean I have to follow right along with what they're doing. And Dion, he has great coordination. I'm not that good of a dancer.
Sunday Conversation.
Only one has his acceleration. Only one has his control. Only one has such breathtakingly perfect balance. Seville STS with the North Star system. A great performer creates a higher standard.
Shaving.
You gave us a try, now hit subscribe. Be sure to YouTube responsibly and hit that like button if you like what you see, because there's plenty of content to come.